this happened to me. And what I did not share with you is that it happened a day before the release of the pre-order of my new book. It also happened a day before a 3 consecutive day assignment of me serving women both emotionally and spiritually. So in this video, I'm going to show you in real life, with real life examples, the power of a woman truly operating in feminine energy. I'm going to show you also the power behind your assignment, which is whatever you are called to, whatever your purpose is. And I'm also going to show you the importance of your soul and how there's always a fight against it. Again, your soul is your mind, aka mental health, your emotions, aka emotional health, and also how your will, the things you do, the decisions you make, it's all impacted by it. You have to understand that whenever you are operating in your God-given gifts, it will, first of all, make an impact. It's going to change people's lives. It's going to change families, communities, organizations, people's homes, their marriages, their finances, their peace of mind, all of it. It will make an impact, especially when there is a spiritual component to it. Now I understand why God kept pushing me to infuse the emotional and the spiritual to help people. I never understood the power behind it, and now I understand the opposition because it really is changing people. Things that people have been bound in for years, they're seeing a breakthrough in a matter of one session, and it blows my mind. Now think about it this way. For those of you who are believers listening to this, you know how when you hear people talk about, oh, this person sold their soul to the devil, it got me thinking, because the soul is the mind, the soul is the emotion. Why would the enemy be after somebody's mind and emotions? Well, if he can influence your mind, your thinking, he can influence your emotion, well, guess what? He also can influence your will, your decisions, how you operate, how you treat people, how you show up in the world, your psyche. Now pay attention to the psyche piece because that's the key here. Now, usually with these sessions that are both spiritual and emotional support with the coaching and all of it, I usually do them via Zoom. But for this particular client, they were much older. They don't drive. Something in my spirit kept telling me, you need to drive to her. You need to go to her. She needs to be in person because what she was experiencing in her mind, her psyche, and all these different things, something told me to go to her. So I was thinking, okay, we could do lunch. And after lunch, we can sit and have a conversation. And I started thinking to myself, well, where would we sit, right? I mean, I didn't want to have the session in the restaurant because, again, privacy matters to me. And I'm thinking, where do we go after lunch type of a thing? So I'm thinking, oh, okay, maybe we can just sit in the car because I was going to pick her up anyway. So after that came over my spirit, I said, okay, that's what's going to happen. But I just kept feeling in my spirit that there was going to be opposition against this meeting happening because we already had like a 2-hour session over Zoom type phone call, and there was a lot of breakthrough, and I could sense on a spiritual point there was a lot of opposition. So I felt in my spirit before I even went over there that it was going to be warfare. There was going to be opposition. So I started praying over the car. I started to worship inside of the car. I started to just anoint the car. I just felt in my spirit to do it. Like, you need to pray over this car because something big is about to happen for this woman when you meet with her and have this conversation with her. Like, something big's going to happen in her life. There's going to be some changes. And so I did just that. I prayed over the car and everything. And also with the book, I just felt in my spirit that God kept pushing me. You know, you've been through this long journey. There's a lot of women who's in need of the full story, the full guide. You need to release it on October 1st. That's what I felt in my spirit. So I told myself the day prior that I was going to finalize the site, create it from scratch for pre-order, and also do the photo shoot and all these different things to actually launch it in obedience to what I felt on October 1st. It's interesting because that's also part of my assignment, right? Releasing this book to help women and also conducting those sessions, right? So remember that this is all part of my purpose, to bring impact and a change into the world. So that morning I woke up, September 30th, I drive to the store, I'm making a turn, and next thing I know, out of nowhere, this driver comes out and just launches straight to my car, literally inches away from where I was sitting. Okay, the complete front of the car is gone, as you see. And this is where the power of a feminine woman comes in. I didn't even realize it because that's how I live my life every day until people started looking at me weird. So I get hit. I'm not panicking. My heart is not racing. I'm not angry. I'm not frustrated. I'm not freaking out. I just sit there. I see the hit, how close it is to me. I'm sitting there in full peace, and the first thing that comes to mind is my client for Friday. And all the feeling I already had days prior that there was going to be warfare. And I sit there in peace, and I'm like, oh, wow, this really did happen. The opposition really came just like I felt it would. and my client needs that support and there's real opposition against her. Instead of fear, it actually put a fire under me that what's about to happen on Friday for my client is this powerful, so powerful that there had to be opposition against it. Right? And so I crawl out of the passenger side, walk over to the older gentleman. As a matter of fact, I have compassion for him. He's holding his heart. He's freaking out. And I'm just cool, calm, and collected, asking him if he's okay. The officer's looking at me like, how is she so calm? The tour guy's looking at me, how is she so calm? Everybody's looking at me like, how is she so calm? And I didn't even realize it, right? Because people were checking on me. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah. 2 days later, call. Are you okay? I'm still fine. But this is where my family journey brought me to. And I'm going to show you on the screen something that I wrote in the book. Femininity is all about operating in flow, abundance, and surrender, the complete opposite of feeling stuck, emotionally heavy, and bound by the past. Flow is all about moving through life with ease and grace, being adaptable and flexible, and feeling in tune with your emotions and surroundings. And then there's surrender, which is often misunderstood. Surrender means letting go of control, trusting the process of life, and allowing things to unfold naturally instead of forcing outcomes. It's also about letting go when needed, releasing what cannot be changed or controlled, and embracing what needs to be embraced at the perfect time it's meant to happen. So basically, if you cannot control it, you let it go. I'm telling you, right? Like, I go through this entire journey and I reach a point in my life where nothing shakes me. I freely walk with this true surrender. You know, it's one thing for you to know who you are, right? I know I've gone through my journey. It's something else as well for people to always come to me and tell me, like, they notice, like, how things don't shake me. But it was a whole different experience for me to experience myself. Everything I talk about in the book come alive in such traumatic experience. I didn't even realize how calm I was, but it solidified it for me. And also it showed me the reason why, again, God was pushing me to write this book, because there's a lot of people, a lot of women who allow opposition to block them from their purpose, who are easily triggered, easily broken, easily frightened, but it's like you really can reach a point in life where everything is surrendered, you have peace about everything. And I think there's so much beauty in it, right? So I went home that night and I finished the website, I took my photo shoot, and I was able to launch everything. It didn't block me from being able to continue what I was meant to do that day. The most beautiful part about this story is what happened with my client that Friday. So I went to Enterprise, I got a rental, I drove there, and my client said something to me that really moved my heart. She said to me when I got there, after the 2-hour session we had, infused with emotional and spiritual support and coaching, that she went back to her psychiatrist that she's had for over 40-50 years. And the psychiatrist noticed a huge difference in her mind, her behavior. The psychiatrist noticed it, she noticed it, and I noticed it through the conversation that we were having. This moment really solidified to me the power of your calling, the power of what God tells you to release and put out there, the power of you walking in purpose, and also too that things can change even if you've been stuck for many, many years. So I hope this encouraged you in many ways. If you're the person who feels stuck, like my client did for many years, and you need support, I hope you're encouraged by this story. If you're someone who's called to purpose, you're afraid of opposition, and you're easily distracted or discouraged, or I hope you're encouraged by this. And also too, if you're the kind of a person who would like to reach that space in life where things just falls into place, you live a life of surrender, a life of not being triggered, and really understanding how to have great relationships, I go a lot deeper into the book where I share my entire journey with you as to how I got to where I am now, what had to shift, the different journeys I had to tap into. And it's just a beautiful guide. It's not just me sharing my story, it's a guide for other women, and I'm excited to share it with you. So you can click the link under this video to pre-order your copy. God bless you. Thank you so much for watching this video.